Oh,
It's very happy to see you.
that's, yeah. When I wake up next to you every morning, that's what happens.
Welcome to April's Garage, the greatest automotive channel in all of YouTube land. And trucks have gotten a lot more expensive recently, you know, like the Sierra or this fully loaded AT4, about $25,000 more expensive than it was 5 years ago. And it's kind of the status symbol, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, they've become luxury rollers for boomers, basically. Like older people, the previous generation, like our grandparents, they would have driven Cadillacs,
Yeah.
Lincolns,
Lincoln.
a Buick Park Avenue. But now...
Wait, you drive all those, though.
I do. But now you see the same kind of guys with gray hair and their padded vests and button-down shirts. And they're driving these as sort of their luxury rollers, which is interesting.
Well, I kind of like it because there's room for the whole family and it's comfortable, but then it's like a real man's truck still.
They have put so many features and luxury gizmos and stuff in these things to where it makes sense. Why would you go buy a big Cadillac DeVille when you have the same ride, same comfort, same engine in a big old truck, right?
It's very big, though.
It is
huge. It doesn't
huge.
really fit in a lot of places.
I have bought a couple of these brand new. Actually, it was a company-provided vehicle, and the last one was a 17 Denali Ultimate, and I think it was around $60,000, but they gave 10 grand off, and now the same Denali Ultimate is like $80-something thousand.
Crazy.
It's a lot more, but I did absolutely love the truck. I mean, it was back in the good old days, right before, you know, I started doing YouTube full time.
Yeah.
Made a video about it.
Oh, no, you're going to show it to me right now?
I went back and watched this just to refresh myself, and it's weird. I could just stand in front of this truck for 10 minutes with weird jump cuts, and there's like highway traffic noise.
Right.
This is a 7-8-year-old video at this point, and I really didn't care about production value at all. Not that I care much now, but pretty truck, huh?
You're so cute. That's a great truck. And Freddie's is behind you.
Yes.
Okay.
I was opening in Arkansas at the time. But basically, I talk about how cheap these things are to own because they're worth so much in the residual values that it makes sense. But
so welcome to Freddy's. We're the new kids on the block. Now come on in. We're serving it fresh and hot. We got DJ Alex on the grill, spinning fresh patties, sure to give you a thrill. Next, it's Brian toasting some buns, mustard, pickle, onion. That's how it's done. Then it's passed to my OG John. Get you some fries and call it when it's done. Taking care of guests is how we do it, son. So treat yourself to Freddy's, be second to none.
yes. KARK Morning Show Arkansas. I'm rapping. And that wasn't cringy at all, was it?
Stop.
It's not cringy at all, right?
You have to show me, like, before I moved to Kansas. I need to know these things. You wrote that?
I wrote a rap and performed the rap on Arkansas Morning Show to open the new Freddy's in Arkansas.
Okay.
Maybe we should start the tour so April can compose herself here. It'll take a minute.
I can't even. I'm not even listening to what you're saying. I'm traumatized. But before we start the tour, listen, I know there's a lot going on in the world right now. Tons of anxiety just flying around. I have it. I'm sure you have it. But check this. There's something you can do to help yourself. Putting yourself first. Okay, look, I broke my leg last year, if you know anything about me. Terrible situation, moved to a new state, Kansas, and the anxiety of like, how the heck can I manage all of that on top of work was literally just, it was crushing me. And honestly, I'm not kidding. Somebody luckily suggested BetterHelp. And if you're anything like me, I know at first my ego is like, you're fine. You don't need anyone's help. Other people have real problems. This is nothing. But then like every night, night after night, you're just lying in your bed, spiraling thoughts just out of control. It's like doomsday replaying in your head over and over and just repeating night after night. And that was my breaking point where I knew I needed real support. Okay, and listen, I know going to therapy, it seems like it could be a weakness, but it's actually a sign of strength. It means you're making yourself a priority. It's about knowing that you're not alone. And it's super easy to start up, okay? With the link BetterHelp/April's Garage, you even get 10% off your first month. So all you have to do is you fill out their questionnaire and then you're going to get matched up with a therapist. And get this, if you're not feeling your therapist, you can switch anytime at no extra cost. You're not alone. You never have to be with BetterHelp. So hit the link below or go to betterhelp.com/April's Garage.
Are you okay?
No.
Well, this one isn't a Denali. It is a loaded up AT4 though, which is pretty cool. So there's some differences, but these got a big refresh in 2019. And I was there for the big unveil at Texas Motor Speedway where they dropped one sort of out of a helicopter and Dale Jr. was there and all that stuff. It's one of the few press launches I went to.
Did they hook it to these clips here?
They sure did, I think. But that was for the Chevy. So they refreshed these a couple of years ago. And what a tall, I mean, this is, like, if you're a little kid.
Right.
The noses are just so tall on these things now. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
I like it because it's practical. It's not like floofy, non-functional, like everything's functional. It looks great. I love the blacked out GMC right up front.
Well, this is all sort of a darker, I don't know what you call this finish, but it's not chrome. It's sort of a black chrome, you know?
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yes.
Dark, a muted gunmetal.
On the
chrome.
AT4s, because the Denali's, they're all bling. It is bling, bling, bling.
So they're the show
all
off.
throughout. This one, they're kind of cladding it up. It's supposed to be the off-road version, like a Z71 of a Denali.
Ooh.
They're a little bit cheaper than the Denali Ultimates, but still like upper 70s for this one with the 6.2 liter V8.
Well, that's what you want. Do you know how cool this sounds when you start it up? We'll do that in a minute.
Yeah, but the wheels, it's funny. These are the smaller wheels now, even though they're 22 inches. They look small on the truck at this point. How far we've come to where 22s now look small.
Are tiny. Can I ask you, what's the deal with this? I feel like it's a new trend where guys are putting LED lights in the wheel wells.
Oh,
like,
I don't get it either.
That's a thing, and
Yes.
it's a really, because they're always like dirty, and it's like, oh, let me show off this dirtiness down here.
And we were in Florida recently, and there was like the endless Carolina squats, which when this thing reaches its fourth or fifth owner and 200,000 miles,
Right.
at some point this will be a foot higher and that'll be a foot lower, and somebody will be doing, the Carolina squat. But this
Right.
one, because it's an AT4, it doesn't have the power running boards. It has these beefy sort of rhino-lined hard steps,
No
which is nice.
power running boards. How
No
dare
power
you.
running boards.
Like the color matched handles. This
Yes.
paint color is really pretty. I feel like on video you're not going to be able to see how beautiful it is. It's very like a slight metallic flake in it. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, UPS brown pearl metallic. I think it's what they call it.
It's like a cloudy root beer.
I suppose with the black wheels, a little weird, and the cladding, I guess, helps it, but it's an odd color.
I like it.
It works. I'm glad that it's not the usual black, silver, white like they all are.
That's
so
what it's different.
It is cool.
This is fantastic. This step right here for girls or short kings.
Yeah, they started doing that a long time ago, and one of the big party tricks for these when they refreshed them was this silly bed. Welcome to my bed. Not only that, it's a transformer bed. So you have this, and then it folds down for the guys that are needing their knee replacements.
Well, what about me with my torn ACL?
Yep.
This is fantastic.
So you have a staircase basically to go right on up, or actually a place to rest your legs so you don't have to dangle your feet off.
Oh, this is perfect.
And sort of cup holders.
Those are not. Those are just like drive-in cup holders. Those aren't real cup holders.
So it's the ultimate tailgate. I talked about in the past how that's all going to break and screw up and rust apart, but it is 5 years old now, these kind of fancy beds, and I don't see many like exploded, broken, rusting out yet, so they must have done something right.
Right. I think there's a little charging port right in there, an outlet. This didn't come with this, though, right?
No, this is an aftermarket accessory, sort of a roll-top tough bed. Yes. Go ahead and fold that all back up, because it's a lot to do.
Is there a button or
No,
a
you
manual?
just do it all manually. Yep. There you go. It's a little awkward, huh?
Yeah, but that's all right. This is like a good workout. Like 1, 2. How am I doing?
There are springs to help with it. It's not like old school.
Oh, this for the trailer?
Yep.
Hookups.
But the other thing fancy about the AT4 is the interiors. They did some more creativeness. Yeah, take a look, April. You have, well, more two-tone brown things. I don't know, these inserts.
Like the baseball glove leather type of look inserts in there. It's really cool. I mean, there's a lot of room.
Yes.
Bose sound system, cool caramel stitching. I don't know, this is trying to be kind of like carbon fiber, but plaid a little bit. I don't know. It looks neat.
Yes.
Great details.
The thing about it, it's a very luxurious looking interior. Like I was talking about, where these are now the luxury car substitutes. And it's easy to see why, because it's a very nice place to be. Which, go ahead and step in, start her up for me, and pop the hood. Oh yeah, 6.2, 420 horsepower. They've been doing this for a while now, and not a whole lot has changed in the last 15, 20 years. That is a good thing.
Right.
That is a good thing. Now there's some cylinder deactivation and some other BS that likes to screw up, especially when people don't do their oil changes on proper intervals.
I would never.
But yeah, the fact that this V8 still exists, an old push rod, still going strong.
It has to be 420 horsepower though, like 420.
Yeah,
Really?
420, yes.
Really?
Absolutely. As far as the ease of accessibility for maintenance and stuff, very easy, thought out, well put together, super simple. It's just the failures are with the engine and the cylinder deactivation. You have to tear the engine apart. So it's definitely a thing as these age. I thought about buying back my old 17, finding a Denali Ultimate, because there's things that I like about it compared to these modern ones, like the magnet ride suspension. But I look at them and all of them have ticking, noisy motors because people don't change the oil and they start screwing up and then they get dumped at auction. No, it's not perfect because it's like $5,000+ to fix.
Right. Does this have air ride?
I don't think so because it's the off-road suspension. So looks like it has some beefier shocks on it. Yeah, some underbody panels. I'm not sure if that's different from the Denali or not, but yeah, this thing's brand new underneath. Yeah.
I love it. It has a proper V8.
It does. Yes.
We need to take it on the road.
Oh,
It's very happy to see you.
that's, yeah. When I wake up next to you every morning, that's what happens. But it's a big jump up from 5 years ago as far as these interiors on these things, but it is a huge jump up in price. $25,000 more for these. And it's one thing when the fully loaded truck is $50-something thousand, but when it's $70,000, $80,000, $90,000, it starts to get a little stupid. I don't know.
It's a lot. I love the setup though. I like how it's kind of positioned cockpit central. You know, you're not in a fighter jet, but it's just kind of shifted towards you.
And one thing I miss is having a column mounted shifter like a truck's supposed to be instead of this car console thing.
Right.
I guess that means you can't get a bench nowadays.
Oh, and I like to cuddle, and the bench is what you do. Did you just laugh at me? You're not supposed to cuddle in a
I don't
pickup
think
truck.
there's many men who want to cuddle, you know.
Yes, you do.
A little tight to maneuver, huh?
No, it's tricky. Oh. Just vibrated.
The seat vibrates in these things when you get too close to alert you.
Oh, that's great.
Which,
I might just get close to things on purpose.
right, that's what, yeah, it's a little abrupt in the way that it does.
Well, when you're not expecting it. It's
So vibrating seat warnings instead of a stick shaker in the steering wheel. GM made that unique.
right.
And you are, geez, you have to take the turns a little wider there. Whoa, yeah, nice power, huh?
It's like, I don't know, I feel like I'm on a boat a little bit, like with the waves kind of pushing you around. And it doesn't have air ride, so it just feels like it's gliding still though.
Right. But this gigantic dashboard, the gigantic hood, and then how tall it is, it's a very different experience, even for my 2005 Escalade, because the dash isn't that deep, the hood isn't that long, and it's not that tall, so it's
Oh, you have an Escalade?
I know, but just in comparison, in 20 years of this full-size GM truck chassis, how much they've changed, how big they've gotten, and they feel it's dramatic, you know?
No, it's fantastic. It's great. You got a little sunroof. I don't see. Here's the thing. This might be controversial. I don't know if I like sunroofs anymore because there's tornadoes in Kansas, and I feel like you get sucked out of this, and that would be so scary.
So like if
while
you're getting tossed around the tornado, you get sucked out that way.
I don't want a sunroof anymore.
Well, how about you just don't drive your truck into a nadir? That'd probably be a good idea.
That's great.
But lots of buttons, which I like. It's not all through a screen, so all the climate controls still through here. The deactivation for the stop starts, easy to get to. Parking sensors, hill descent control.
I'm being passed. Dang, are we going slow? I'm going the speed limit.
By a silver Volvo with a handicap plate.
What does that say about my driving?
I don't know. But yeah, the infotainment's huge.
I like how reactive the buttons are. Is it right away? Some of them just kind of lag and are buggy. This one seems to work perfectly. It's a big screen too, which I like.
Yes, well, GM, we have the Lyric, and the software update was amazing for it as far as transforming that experience with the car. And yeah, this one seems to be dialed in pretty well.
Do you see these handles? My mom loves these handles whenever I drive. She just grabs them. But these are like the biggest grab handles I've ever seen. They're fantastic. This is a nice car. I like it. It's quick. It's fun. It's very comfortable. This is like a road trip truck. How's the gas mileage? I don't know.
Terrible.
Okay.
Absolutely terrible.
Terrible.
But $75,000, $80,000. Right. That's the world we live in with these trucks now. And I get that some people are buying them, but that really limits the buyer pool for a luxury pickup truck. 40, 50 grand was a stretch for people who are like, okay, I might do it. But $80,000?
Yeah.
People aren't going to buy them. And then if tariffs happen with all the parts that get imported from overseas and they're 20% more, $100,000 for this? That nobody's
Is that
buying.
going to happen?
Well,
tariffs?
It keeps going back and forth. They talk about it. They're worried about it. That's why auto manufacturers sort of got a stay of execution when it came to auto parts and imports and where things are made.
Right.
But can you imagine? Nobody would buy these.
No.
100 grand, nobody's going to buy these. That's it. I wouldn't do this. I like the look of it. I like the stealthy sort of dark chrome and all that stuff, and less chrome everywhere. Like the Denali's are like 57 Chevys today, you know, as far as all the gingerbread on them. But the ride, the air ride on the new ones or the mag ride on the older ones, it's so good.
So
and this is trucky.
You don't like it? I feel like you're very spoiled. I'm just gonna say. What do you think? Yeah.
Well, I think I'd get an older Escalade. But
oh my gosh. Really? An Escalade? I didn't pin you for an Escalade kind of guy.
Right.
Yeah, he's obsessed.
Speaking of, there's a 57 Chevy right there.
There's one right
in turquoise.
Oh, that's so cool.
And a lot of trucks.
Yeah.
A lot of generations of GM trucks right there. How crazy.
Whoa.
I mean, they look so tiny in comparison to this thing. Hold on, we got to turn around because this is kind of a crazy opportunity. There's like every generation. I didn't plan this at all. There's like every generation of GM pickup here. But just go pull up next to the one from the 50s right here. Just pull up and park.
Right here?
Yeah, this is a 100-year-old Ford dealership that I was actually the underbidder on and didn't buy it. It was going to be like my Hoopty headquarters 7-8 years ago. That is... What? This thing is twice as big.
It sure is.
It's ridiculous. And then we have, just 30 years ago, the GMT 400, and then the square bodies. It's come a long way.
Oh, it sure has. This is so cool.
And then a guy could buy this like on a month's salary in 1955, you know, because these were so cheap, and now
not so much.
No. Now you got $1,500 a month car payment.
Do you think it runs?
I bet it runs.
No way.
Are you stealing it?
Maybe. No, look inside. There's no way it runs. Come on. Look how rusted out and just kind of beat up that is.
No, it moves. It moves. Yeah.
That is very cool. I love this. Just open bed in the back is very, very neat. Like this is like you take it to market and you sell things at the farmer's market, right?
Yeah, I wonder if they call this a Suburban or not.
Can I trade it for this?
I think that they would trade you in an instant. I think so. There's a bit of Tim Norm in this one.
There's some rust, so never mind. Thanks so much for watching.
Similar brown though.
It is, yeah.